What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, March the 21st, 2023, I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. But you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, we have an action-packed show once again. But before we start the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intention is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversation. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. On this nice spring weathery day here, the second day of spring, because spring started yesterday on the 20th. Great day here in New York City, like 60, 64 degrees, I think. So great day here. So welcome, everybody. And speaking of welcoming, I got my sister, cuz we got Gina from North Carolina in the building. What's going on, Gina? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know you're trying to get at me with these brackets. I know you are. We're going to get after that, Gina. Also, I got my guy Chris joining. What's going on, Chris Philly? What's going on, man? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Chris, man, I got to commend you, man. I saw on your post that you posted, and I didn't realize we were even teammates, man, Chris, at this time. But we were teammates for Golden Hoops for Elmcore, man. When you posted that, that brought back a lot of memories, man. Not so many good memories, because I don't remember playing on that team a lot at all. I ain't getting no burn, Chris. I know you got much more burn than I did. You know what I mean? I was a has-been. So I was just hell happy to be on that team. But I appreciate you bringing that up, though, Chris. Thank you so much, my man. As Gina says, I'm going to let you live this time. No. We're going to get after it, Gina. No. It's only right. It's only right. You know, if you win my predictions, you know, it's only right. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it here on this Transition Tuesday. So let's get to it, man. The NCAA tournament. Okay, let's recap. I want to recap. You know, again, I was on record. I told you the teams to choose for. I got some right, but I got a lot wrong. Okay, like the most of the country. I know there's not one person in America that has a total perfect, what am I trying to say? Bracket. I know there's not one person in America. Add me to the mix too. But I want to just go over. I just want to go over the couple of picks, couple of like upsets, man, and see what goes on. As my man Chris says, Coach Turner had that favoritism going on. That Chris, you know what, man? You said it, I did it, but that was going on. Shout out to Coach Turner. Oh, remember Coach Nick too? Remember those two guys from Elmcore? Oh my God! Shout out to those young men. Shout out to them. So let's recap on the NCAA tournament. And I just want to, I circled a couple of upset specials, which was Furman beating Virginia. I wasn't really too surprised on that one because I saw Furman play. They had a very good player. I forget his name. It's like Slostons or something like that. Very good player, man. Very good tournament. They went on to beat Virginia. That was an upset. Then you had Princeton beating number 2 Arizona. Number 2 Arizona, man. And Princeton, check this out. Princeton has an opportunity. They're in the Sweet 16. They got an opportunity to go to the Elite 8. Ain't that something against Creighton? Man. Then you got the upsets of upsets. FDU, Fairleigh Dickinson beating Purdue. And like I posted earlier, man, I know Purdue is tired of Jersey. Man, first last year was St. Peter's. Now it's FDU. Oh, they don't want to see another. They don't want to see the state of Jersey, man. They do not want to see them at all, man. So FDU wins that and goes, you know, and they lost to Florida Atlantic University, who's made the Sweet 16. But again, here's a couple of new notes, you know, and what was going on now. The coach at Fairleigh Dickinson, Mr. Tobin Anderson, has now left FDU and took the job at Iona because Rick Pitino, the famed coach, is now the coach at St. John's. So, man, Iona's not playing. Iona's not playing. So what other upsets there are? Those are the major upsets that we had. The rest of it was kind of like chalkish, you know. But I also wrote down for the Sweet 16, you got these games coming on Thursdays and Fridays, okay, for the Sweet 16. Just want to talk about these matchups, and I'm gonna make some bold predictions here, okay? So you're gonna have Arizona versus pardon me. You're gonna have Alabama versus San Diego State. Alabama versus San Diego State. I think too much depth for Alabama. I think they're going to win that game. Houston against Miami. Very good game. I know Marilaga, the coach of Miami, who went to Archbishop Malloy. You know, he has all that experience with George Mason, you know, taking that team to the Final Four. That's going to be a great matchup. A great battle there. But I think Houston is battle tested. I think they'll win that game. So chalk them up for Houston winning. Creighton versus Princeton. Creighton is a very good team out there, Transition Army. Very good team. Very underrated. Very underrated. So, but I'm going with Creighton beating Princeton. I think, you know, it was a great run by the Princeton Tigers, but I think it is done. I think it might be a wrap. And speaking of rap, Chris says a lot of parity in the tournament. My bracket died. It's a wrap. That's right. I'm good. I'm with you on that too, Chris. Yep, but there is a lot of parity. And I think the reason why it's a lot of parity because a couple of things. You're seeing the teams that are going on and winning, they're more seasoned teams, mature teams. You got juniors and seniors and fifth year seniors, grad students playing. And that and the transfer portal too. That is making a difference. Whereas back in the days, you know, the ones and dones, you know, the young teams, you know, they coming in there and they doing damage. But now it's a lot of parity due to these two elements, these two major elements there too. And speaking of my guy has just joined the building. My guy, Uncle Smoothie, has joined the building. What's going on, Smooth? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. Welcome. Man. So let's continue on with the Sweet 16. We got Xavier versus Texas. That's another good game, too. I think Xavier's experience, especially as Sean Miller at the helm, I think they beat Texas. I really love the story of the coach from Texas. Like the interim coach, he should be getting the job soon, I would imagine, all the stuff that they've done. They won the Big 12 championship, the tournament championship. Now they're in the Sweet 16. But again, I think Xavier serves with too much experience. I think Xavier wins that game. Now, I'm giving you a game for an upset. Florida Atlantic versus Tennessee. I love what Tennessee did this past game against Duke. They literally punched Duke in the mouth, and Duke did not respond. When that guy, the best player for Duke, had that eye jamming under his eye, there was a wrap for him. Just like it's a wrap for Chris's brackets, it was a wrap for number 30, Pauskowski, I believe his name is, from Duke. They were physical, they were aggressive from the jump, and they just beat up on Duke. Little different story. Florida Atlantic, very good team. This team has won over 30 games this year. Again, they took care of FDU, and I don't fault that kid who tried to do the 360 dunk at the end. I don't fault it. Hey, look, you didn't stop it before. You should be complaining now. It ain't showing up anybody. See if you can make it. I'm with it. No problems with that. I got no problems with that. A lot of people did, but I didn't have no problems with it. I see Florida Atlantic University beating Tennessee. I think they're going to beat the University of Tennessee. I think that guard that they're missing, who's hurt, I think he's going to really show up in this game coming up, this next game. So I say the upset, book it, Florida Atlantic beating Tennessee. Then you got Arkansas versus UConn. I think UConn can win. I think UConn can win the whole thing personally. If they get past this game, this is a tough game because UConn's an athletic bunch. Arkansas is athletic as well, but too much of Sunoco and the other freshman kid. They got size, they got length, only thing they don't have is point guard activity, but the point guards have been very serviceable, and I think they'll beat Arkansas. Then next you got Kansas State. Oh my God, that point guard, the short kid from Harlem. That kid is nice, man. He's no look passes. This guy's just strong, man. You know, he has a chip on his shoulder. Hasn't been to Harlem in 3 years. Man, he's ready to roll against Michigan State. Man, Michigan State, the Spartans, Izzo. And they got another New York point guard, too. So it's the battle of the point guards, as they say here in New York City. So I'm going with Michigan State. Too much experience. I love the story of Kansas State. I like the coach, the head coach there who came from Baylor. I like his energy and his enthusiasm, but I think the experience will hold out, and I think Izzo gets it done. He beats Kansas State, and then Gonzaga against UCLA. Gonzaga against UCLA. Whoa, my God. I tell you, man. I think Gonzaga wins that one. UCLA has so many guys that are hurt. You know, it's not unfair, and that guy, you know, it's totally unfair. And the guy, Timmy, I think he gets the job going, and then Gonzaga gets the win on there. So go with those picks. Get you some money. Get you some money, all right? And I'm going to be just like my man Chris, who's joining us. And Chris says, no fear, Kansas State is a sleeper. I have Houston to win it all. I do too, Houston. I do, Chris. I have Houston winning this whole thing. But I think Kansas State, I think they lose to Michigan State. So as Chris said, his brackets was a wrap, and I join you in that sentiment too. My bracket is a wrap there. All right, total wrap. But I do agree with you, Chris. Man, Houston wins it all, and the Final Four is in Houston as well. So yeah, there we go. Chris says promote Coach Stores as the Manhattan College head coach. Basketball coach, let's go. Yeah, I definitely promote Coach Stores, Smoothie. Definitely promote Coach Stores. Again, but we got to keep this in mind, guys. People are making moves, man. What are we doing now? You see Iona making the moves the next day. They got a new coach. St. John's has a new coach. Man, College, what are we doing? Let's make the moves. Let's see where we're going. Let's leave. We got to see what's going on. We got my guy, my former teammate, from Gastonia, North Carolina. We got my guy, Donnie Elliott, joining the crew today. What's going on, Don? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. As Don says, you guys are canceling Alabama. Roll Tide. Nah. Don, I like Alabama. I think Alabama's very good. You know, they got that little, you know, controversy that's going on. It's going to rear its ugly head sometime. You know, it might not rear its ugly head this day here, but I think I can't see them winning the whole thing, Don. I can't see them do it, man. They got athletic guys just like yourself, you know what I mean? But Don, can't see it, man. Roll Tide's going to roll out of the tournament shortly. Sorry, Don, but had to say it. Had to do it. But Don, man, you know, let's transition to what we talked about earlier. Coach Rick Pitino is now the new head coach at St. John's University. Man, he just had a press conference today. And, yeah, I mean, I think when you get a Hall of Fame coach coming to your program, you know, that serves, you know, I guess Rick Pitino, he has a lot of ties with this AD and president, I believe it is. And, you know, it makes sense, you know, Pitino coming there, and I heard him talking about changing the culture of, you know, of the game, of you know, get St. John's basketball, which is St. John's, if people don't know it a lot, St. John's University is a blue blood basketball program. What I mean is like one of the winningest programs in the history of college basketball. You got your Dukes, you got your North Carolinas, you got your Kansases, you know? Who else if I'm missing somebody else? And you got St. John's. These are the all-time winning programs in the history of the NCAA, St. John's University. Well, better to get the head coach, a Hall of Famer, who says he's going to change the culture. A guy who said he's just going to keep with the, you know, what the formula was, what Lou Carnesecca started, and going from there. You know, get people who are loyal like him, who love basketball like him. You know, getting positive players, getting you know, people to fit his system, because he has a style of play that he has, that he enjoyed playing and you know, and thriving at. So, you know, great hire. Definitely think it's a great hire. And I know Coach Pitino's up for a challenge, and this is a challenge. So my man Chris says, does St. John's have on-campus dorms yet? Back in our day, they didn't. Not a real college atmosphere. That's an issue. Yeah, I'm not sure, Chris. I think they might have dorms now that the players stay at now. But back in the day, back in our day, like you said, Chris, they didn't have any dorms, so the players they lived off campus, but they each got a stipend. You know, so I guess if that's the case, the NIL money takes care of that stipend. You know, so we'll see what goes on. Gina says, I'm here driving the grads. And you said I'm right. What am I right about, Gina? Let me know if I'm right. Tell me what I'm right about, okay? I gotta know. Inquiring minds gotta know. But you know, but Pitino being there at St. John's, you know, really changed the culture, changed the dynamic. You know, Hall of Fame coach there. We'll see what goes on, and you know, we'll see. We'll just have to see. You know, it looks good on paper. I'm sure Pitino's going to bring his players from Iona that he just starred with in the tournament, who just lost to UConn. I'm sure he's going to bring that backcourt with him, along with the forwards and stuff like that. So I'm sure he's going to do that. And I heard him talk about that guy Soriano's going to stay there and join up with the rest of the crew. So I'm sure, you know, he's a guy who's, you know, he's going to recruit. You know, he's going to make things, you know, it's going to be exciting time for St. John's. You know, I listen to talk radio and, you know, people who are alums of St. John's, they're excited about Pitino coming on board and everything. You know, somebody brought up the allegations that he had in 2017, but what people fail to realize, he was totally exonerated from the charges. So there we go. So, you know, Hall of Fame coach. Should be an exciting year coming up next year. Again, you're going to have a new coach in Iona. Hopefully we'll have a new coach in Manhattan College. We should. I don't know what's going on, but we should have a new coach. You know, so this tri-state area, man, it's going to be a lot of coaches, a lot of good basketball, man. Just you know, just hope my school here is in the mix for next year. But nah, we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. As Chris says, we played at Brooklyn. We got $2,500 a month on apartments. Man, I wonder how much the Redmen got. Wow, that's a lot. That was a lot of money back then, Chris. Man, you guys got $2,500 a month and you own an apartment? Oh, my God. You own apartments? Man, oh, man. So if that was there, where you played at, and Chris, where'd you play at again, my friend? Where'd you play at again? But I could imagine the Red Storm, how much they got back in the days, you know what I mean? How much was they stipend? Pretty penny, I would imagine. Pretty petty, I would imagine. But, you know, we got to see. St. John's, the excitement, electricity might be back, you know, coming up. I just was also reading that St. John's hasn't won an NCAA tournament game since in 20 years, in 20-plus years. They haven't won an NCAA tournament game. So you have it. So when you get a Hall of Famer, you know, and I'm sure Pitino, he's probably going to mention, hey, look, Chris Mullen's not going to be walking through that door. You know, or my man Willie Glass ain't going to be walking through that door. Oh, my God. You know, Mark Jackson not going to be walking through that door. Mike Moses not going to be knocking at that door. Man, these guys are going to be walking through the door. But I'm sure he's going to handle the recruiting, and I'm sure things are going to be, you know, gets going well there for them, so good for them. Brooklyn College, yes. Thank you, Chris. Brooklyn College, yep, absolutely. Man, so we shall see, my friends. We shall see. And Chris also said, we got Chris Williams, Uncle Smoothie says, is he bringing his coach and Iona coaching staff? I would imagine, Smoothie, I would imagine he is, because as we saw with the moves that Iona is making, I thought that Masiello would have got that spot there, but no, they hired the hot coach from FS Fairleigh Dickinson. They took care of that business. So I would imagine that coaching staff. You got Masiello, you got my man Tariq Brown, who starred at St. John's Prep, who's a high school All-American, went to UConn. Now he was on that staff at Iona. I'm sure he brings everybody in. Yep, I'm sure he does. And Chris also says they will go the JUCO route, my opinion. Yeah, they might do that too. And St. John's is always known for that JUCO route, for taking Boo Harvey. Remember Boo Harvey And the other guard, the high jumping guard, the small guy, I just forget his name. They're from San Jack. So they've gone that route before. But again, you know, Chris, nowadays, man, that transfer portal has changed the game. That transfer portal is taking the place of the JUCO ranks. You know, that transfer portal is all what it is now. Yep. Thank you, Chris. Mike Porter. Man, yes, those two, you know, they teamed up at San Jacinto, came to St. John's, did their thing. That's been the pipeline for St. John's back in the day. But now the pipeline is now the transfer portal. So thanks on that, Chris. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Yep. So to answer your question, Smoothie, not sure. I would imagine he's bringing that coaching staff that he was successful with at Iona College or now University. Now they will be joining him, I'm sure, at St. John's University. Maybe he might hire our good friend Ryan Ford. Ryan, if you're listening out there, man. Ryan, you need to come out of retirement, man. You need to join that coaching staff at because you know you played under Patino at Providence College, so why don't you come out of retirement, Ryan? Come out of retirement, man, and join them at St. John's. We'd love to see you here in New York. We'd love to see you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory. Alrighty, let's get to see anybody else comment and making any comments. If not, we're gonna get to theme music right about here. Here we go. Yes, sir. Here we go. Woo! Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for you watching Transition Tuesdays each and every Tuesday. I thank you so much. Man, I tell you, you can watch this show and our past shows on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesday. So make sure when you're on there, please make sure you like it. All right? Please make sure you do. Oh, it's Smoothie. Oh, before I continue on, I see Smoothie says, no 45 news. No, Smoothie, no 45 news to contend with because it was false alarm. No arrests were made. But again, I'll tell you this, guys, because you know we always talk about everything, including politics, okay? So when that news comes up around about number 45, we will bring that to you. Because as we all know and as we always say, politics sometimes is a politics. All right? But no, make sure you guys take a look at this show and our past shows on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays. Check that out and make sure you like us. You can also follow me on Transition Tuesdays. I mean, pardon me, you can always, Transition Tuesday, you follow me now. But you can also follow me on Instagram at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. Follow me and I'll follow you back. Okay? Also, got some other people coming in. So, so Chris says, come on, Horse. Give us something. Nothing to report here, Smooth. I can't give you anything political-wise. Can't give you anything, but stay tuned. You know we're going to have more in store. We talk politics all the time. My guy Chris says, the Orange Man, what is the Orange Man rocket? I think rocking the orange jumpsuit. Yep, soon come, as Jamaicans say. Soon come, Chris. Soon come. We shall see. I don't know. We shall see. Man, but I also want to give thanks to our corporate sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe, which is the home of Southern Sweetness in downtown Lumberton, North Carolina. So before the show ends, we're about to end the show shortly. But before the show ends, or after the show actually, I want you to go to sweetcandycafe.com to order your confectionery goodies. All right? Your taste buds will thank you for doing so. So make sure you go to sweetcandycafe.com for your confectionery goodies. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless.